Welcome to the Realm. I'm Realmage Streams on YouTube and Twitch, and today this is going to be my beginner friendly high roller squire kit guide for the double boss treasure hoard in the first layer of crypts. I have pulled multiple uniques and 2 gold coin bags recently from this hoard, so it's definitely worth doing. As always, any likes, views, comments or subs are appreciated massively and more than I can genuinely say. The bosses are located either side of the centre module, with the Banshee on the left hand side and the Spectral Knight on the right hand side. I'll be doing this on Squire Kit Bard, as it is the best for killing both the bosses whilst also having enough time to hit the pile. My perks are Rapier Mastery, War Song, Superior Dexterity and Charismatic Performance. My skills are Encore and Music Memory. My songs are Harmonic Shield, Ballad of Courage, Shriek of Weakness, Rousing Rhythms and Beats of This Thing. Now firstly, you're going to want to spawn and make your way to the closest boss, with mine being the Spectral Knight. I often use my buffs along the way, so I'm ready to fight when I get there. Now I'll try my best for a short and sweet rapier parry guide for the Spectral Knight. The boss has one heavy overhanded swing attack. The key signal for this attack is the boss rolling his sword off of his shoulders as he leans towards you. This attack can easily be parried by crouching and looking up. The boss has one shoulder height mid slash attack. The key signal for this attack is the boss turning towards you as he leans back with his sword. You can easily parry this attack by taking a step to the right and looking left about head height. The boss has one left-sided low to high slash attack. The key signal for this attack is the boss rolling his sword off of his shoulders as he slightly sinks down. You can easily parry this attack by crouching and looking up to the left. The boss has one stationary overhand slam attack. The key signal is the boss being stationary as he lifts the hilt of the sword above his head. You can easily parry this attack by taking a step to the right and aiming about head height. The boss has one high spinning right slash attack. The key signal for this attack is the boss leveling out his sword by his hip. You can easily parry this attack by stepping back and facing to the right about head height. The boss has one low spinning right slash attack. The key signal for this attack is again the boss leveling his sword out in front of him as he starts to sink. You can easily parry this attack by walking backwards and blocking in front of your legs towards your feet. The boss has one short shoulder barge dash attack. The key signal for this attack is the boss tensing up his arm as he slightly moves backwards. You can easily strafe this attack by just strafing as the boss moves forward. The boss has one extended sword jab attack. The key signal for this attack is the boss turning towards you as he begins to point the sword towards your chest. You can easily strafe this attack by just strafing as he begins to point his sword at you. I prefer to strafe this attack rather than parry it, as it is potentially always the start of one of his combinations, so rather than getting caught by a second attack while I am mid parry, I choose to parry the second attack. The boss has one explosion mechanic. These explosions leave frozen puddles on the boss room floor. The key signal for this attack is this voice line. To avoid this attack, get a safe range away from the boss, out of distance of his explosion. The boss has one jumping slam attack. This attack will only come after one of his right-handed spin attacks. The key signal for this attack is the boss rapidly sinking down before he shoots off into the air. To avoid this attack, track the boss as he projects himself into the air and then strafe safely out of the way. Last is the boss's phase attack. This is a heavy attack where the boss will swing his sword twice around the boss room. The key signal for this attack is this voice line. Now there are a few good ways to deal with this phase, but since the Spectral Knight has come out, I've always either ran from it or just jumped up on the edge because it eliminates any risk of a headshot. Well, I genuinely hope this basic HR rapier parry guide can be helpful. Now let's head over to the Banshee. The Banshee's first and most common attack is her 4-orb projectile attack. The key signal for this attack is the Banshee leaning backwards with both her hands glowing. Depending on where the orbs spawn, this attack is easily dodged by ducking, jumping or strafing out of the way. The Banshee has one teleport and dash attack, where she will teleport to a random spot in the boss room and then dash towards you. The key signal for this attack is the Banshee sinking towards the ground as her body begins to disappear. To dodge this attack, listen to where the Banshee has spawned and then jump out of the oncoming path. The Banshee has one ranged lasso attack. This attack is designed to pull you back into melee range of the boss. The key signal for this attack is the boss's right hand up by her face as she conjures the lasso, and also this distinct laugh. To dodge this attack at any range, you can simply crouch and you can easily still deal damage to the boss. The Banshee can summon a ghostly orb that will follow you around the boss room until you destroy it if you let her summon it. The key signal for this attack is this distinct noise. The best way to deal with this attack is to crouch at the feet of the Banshee as the orb is being spawned. This will cause it to float directly up into the ceiling and you will be safe. The Banshee has one purple mist dash attack, where she will turn into a purple magical damage mist and ricochet around the boss room, up to 4 or 5 times. The key signal for this attack is the Banshee covering her face with both hands as her body turns into the purple mist. Also these 3 distinct screams. The best way to deal with this attack is to put your back towards a corner, to track the boss around the boss room and strafe accordingly. The Banshee has 3 screaming phase mechanics. Scream and phase 1 are a no healing mechanic. Scream and phase 2 are a silenced mechanic. Scream and phase 3 are different as they are a life drain damage mechanic where you will need to collect 4 ghostly stacks from around the boss room. The key signal for the first 2 phases is the same. The Banshee will cover her face with both her glowing hands. The third phase is slightly different signal, as you will see the Banshee's hair will turn brown before her hands begin to glow. This is the early warning signal for you to need to collect ghostly stacks from around the boss room, anywhere between 1 to 4, and you will survive this phase. For the Banshee's final attack / phase, she will disappear entirely into the floor of the boss room, and you will have to survive a consistent volley of her projectile orbs. You will have to do this until the Banshee's body physically returns to the boss room. The key signal for this phase is the Banshee's arm stretched out as she begins to sink into the floor of the boss room and her body disappears. This phase is much easier than it looks. You just have to listen for where the orbs spawn. You have to run around the boss room, ducking, strafing, or jumping out of the way. Now that's the basic High Roller Banshee guide finish. I hope that can be helpful. Well, if you have made it this far, I genuinely congratulate you. Thank you very much, it means a lot and I do appreciate it. Once again, I've been Realmid Streams on YouTube and Twitch. Any views, likes, comments or subs are appreciated massively and more than I can genuinely say. And I want to say a massive thank you to all of my current 260 subscribers. You guys are amazing. Now, I hope you enjoy the fights. I got a little overly aggressive towards the end of that fight, ended up losing a bit more health than I needed to. Anyway, once you have finished your first boss, go ahead and make your way over to your second, healing up along the way if you need to. Try and avoid any PvE and PvP if possible. Once you've completed the second boss, just go ahead and make your way through the doors down to the treasure hoard lair. Within this treasure hoard lair, there will normally always be at least 3 ruby ore nodes. There will be 4 podiums of loose loot, and always the treasure hoard. For the sake of the video, I thought I would include the loot that I pulled from this exact run, so here you go. First pull really is not the best. Second pull is pretty similar. Third pull is pretty much the same. And the fourth pull is where the money's at. So now I'll just scoop up any of the items that I want to save and head straight to the expressman to hand this in. We also have a rusty iron key to try in the second lair. At the time of this recording, the gold coin bags were worth about 4k, so this was perfect for this run. Once again, I've been Realm's streams on YouTube and Twitch. I genuinely hope that this guide can be helpful to anyone and everyone. I hope you've enjoyed the video and see you on the next one. Good luck in the dungeons.